to our respected lecturer, Madam Shamini. So this is the video presentation for FEP 10603, Teaching English Grammar. So this is our group members. Me, myself, my name is Khalid David Miki Muhammad Izam Kumar. I'm the leading TESOL and I'm in my fourth sem.
I'm Magashri Managare, I'm taking TESOL and currently in the semester. I'm Shobna Vegeles, I'm taking TESOL and currently I'm in my fourth sem.
So to start with the introduction, so to begin with, grammar is the body of rules and guidelines that control language usage and structure for pupils in primary school. It gives young students the fundamental language skills that they need to comprehend written text, express themselves clearly and clarify their ideas in future. So next, followed by the purpose of the assignment. So we are required to create 2 sets of grammar worksheet in each year for year 4 until year 6 using both inductive and deductive approach. So it's actually to encourage continual progress by assisting students in recognizing faults, comprehending their blunders and drawing lessons from them. It gives pupils the tools they need to think critically, communicate effectively and study for the rest of their lives.
Okay, moving on to brief history of grammar. Grammar is the rule of the language and it helps communicate clearly and effectively. It also been around for thousands of years evolving alongside human language, and it also ancient civilizations like the Greeks and the Romans laid down some early grammar rules. Not only them, like scholars like Panini in ancient India and later grammarians in Europe refined these rules. So we're moving on to the theory involved in grammar teaching. So first one is structure, linguistics and theory. So this theory is focused on the structure elements like morpheme, phonology and syntax. So it emphasizes the analysis of language structures. The second one is behaviorist theory. So this called is B.F. Skinner, and then it emphasizes the role of environment and replicating in language learning. Third one is task-based language teaching. So TDLT. TDLT is based on the idea that language learning across through completing tasks. It's moreover, however, grammar is tough to teach. There also are correcting the task and then completing task also the difficult. So next we moving on to the year 4 worksheet. So year 4 worksheet I'm doing is adverb. So before I giving them a worksheet, I give them a flashcard. So in the flashcard I just written or printed some words like warmly, joyfully, like adverbs words, and then I give them one by one, and everyone to read that loudly and then share their words with the other pupils, and then after that they will recognize the adverbs word, and then I give them a worksheet, and in the worksheet in the top I give them examples like the bird song sweetly in the morning, and then the answer was sweetly. So after that the following question also they want to underline the correct adverb words. Like the first question, she smiled warmly at her best friend. So the answer is warmly. So I give them this worksheet. That's all from me. Okay, so year 5 worksheet, I choose the topic punctuation, which is before I give the worksheet, I will explain to the students about the punctuation marks, which is exclamation mark and commas, full stop. And then I also give them some example sentence which is highlighting how punctuation change the meaning and readability of the text. After that I give them this worksheet and they need to identify the correct punctuation. For example, in the first passage the first word they need to write in capital letter, and then they need to identify where they need to put the full stop and more the punctuation marks.
That is followed by the year 6 worksheet. So I have created a worksheet using unit 1. It's an emergency. So I chose the past continuous with past simple as the title. So basically I'll start the class, I'll start the lesson by having to explain about what is past continuous with past simple. so that my pupils will have a basic knowledge of it before answering the question, and I will come up with 3D materials or flashcards to brainstorm their ideas. So as an example 1, they were eating lunch when someone knocked at the door. So the word eating is past continuous, meanwhile knock is past simple. So in the worksheet, pupils have to circle the correct words. So as an example, I did or was doing my homework last night when I lost or was losing all of my work. So the answer is, I was doing my homework last night when I lost all of my work. That's the answer, and I've also attached the content standard and also learning standard on the worksheet so that the students knows what they have to achieve throughout the lesson. As an example, the content standard communicate with appropriate language form and style for a range of purpose in print and digital media, and also the learning standard.
Okay, the limitations that I faced is I struggle to find appropriate resources such as textbook reference materials or supplementary resources that align with the ESKP content, and it's also difficult for me to search the exact learning standard and content standard for the particular topic and the year for the students.
For my limitations, the time is for me is driving the difficult because I had a limited time to create a high quality worksheet with the creative ideas and correct questions for which need to rush less perfect materials. Like I give them a two worksheet, but they are in the worksheet they are most often like blanket words. I do not have time to fill up the worksheet properly.
So for me, myself, it was hard for me to ensure that the worksheet aligned with the curriculum standards and learning objectives that may be difficult for me because I have to create the worksheet based on the DSKP KSSR, so it was difficult for me. So as for the conclusion, in the conclusion we have created 6 worksheets in total for year 4, year 5 and year 6. So we have also attached the answer scheme at the end of the worksheet so that students can learn from their mistake and can plunder their mistakes. So in conclusion, by developing this activity book, the objective is to stimulate students' patience in learning English and motivate them to explore the complexities of grammar with curiosity and joy, since the worksheets are aligned with the KSSI curriculum that promises enhancement of children's language proficiency. So, as people saying, practice makes perfect. So, when the students practice using their worksheet, using the activity books, I'm sure they can have a good capacities of grammar. So, I think that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.